Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And getting off to a rough start in a playoff series can cause a head coach to do things outside the norm. That's doubly true for the further a team advances in the postseason. Now, with the NBA Conference Finals taking place and just 4 teams remaining, 2 teams found themselves down 2-0 in their respective series. The Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks both faced a must-win Game 3 to allow their NBA Finals hopes to remain alive. Well, both did earn victories in those Game 3s, and their head coaches Chris Finch and Tom Thibodeau went outside their comfort zone and expanded their playoff rotations for the Timberwolves and Knicks. Now, their opponents, the Thunder and Pacers, go deep, playing 10, mostly 10 guys, maybe sometimes 11, while the Timberwolves and Knicks had really just been playing 8. And we'll start with the Timberwolves, as that game was Saturday. Their Game 3 blowout victory, 143-101, came out of nowhere, and the first 2 games were on the road in Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves lost by a combined 41 points. Heading back to Minnesota, it was definitely imperative that Chris Finch's squad didn't fall behind 3-0 in the series. While the Thunder lost 3 games in the previous round, none were in blowout fashion. So it was a shocking performance by both teams in Game 3. Timberwolves jumped ahead by 20 after 12 minutes, ended up winning by a whopping 42 points. All postseason, now Finch had went 8 deep with his rotation, and 3 reserve pieces, you see them there, included here: Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Those are the guys he counted on during the postseason. That's really it. But they dusted another player off the bench and saw him excel in Game 3. That player was Terrence Shannon Jr., the 27th overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. Entering Game 3, 24-year-old really just seen garbage time in the postseason. He appeared in 6 games for a total of 20 minutes, scoring just 6 points. But Finch inserted Shannon Jr. in during the second quarter. While he played just 4 minutes of the second stanza, he scored 9 points on 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from the foul line. Team was a +6 with them on the court during that time, and he scored another 6 points in 7 minutes of the fourth quarter when the game was out of hand. We take a look at their postseason stats, the Timberwolves, and you see, Naz Reid, 25.2 minutes per game. Dante DiVincenzo, 25.2. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 20. Then you look, those are the only 3 guys that played every game off the bench. You see the next guy, Shannon Jr., has played in 7 of the 13 games, but just 4.9 minutes per game. So was absolutely just an 8-man rotation. So you would have to expect tonight that Shannon Jr. will once again see the court. Now we take a look at the Knicks. Of course, came back from a 20-point deficit for the 3rd time this postseason. The first 2 were against the Boston Celtics in the previous round, and are now down 2-1 in the series. While Thibodeau started the playoffs playing 9 guys, Landry Shamet exited the rotation after a few games. While Cameron Payne was playing, he wasn't performing well and seeing very little time. Now, he didn't actually play at all in Game 3 last night, with the Knicks losing the first 2 at home against the Pacers. Winning on the road for Game 3 was a must. Now, entering the game, the discourse around the Knicks was a starting lineup change. Mitchell Robinson would be entering the starting 5, and Josh Hart would be moved to the bench. Not only did Hart come off the bench, but Thibodeau allowed a few others to see action. DeLon Wright saw his first meaningful minutes of the postseason. Shamet found his way back in the rotation. The Knicks went 9 deep, and they actually started the fourth quarter when they were down by 10 points with Wright and Shamet on the floor. While neither made a huge statistical impact, Shamet was a +11 in his 12 minutes, and Wright was a +2 in 13 minutes. Pacers utilized a lot of players, so Thibodeau may again look to play more off the bench on Tuesdays. The Knicks try to break even with Indiana. Again, looking at their postseason stats, so yes, Mitchell Robinson now 1 start, Josh Hart 14, but mostly Robinson first 14 games off the bench, averaging 20.1 minutes. Miles McBride averaging 19.8. Cam Payne had played all 14 of their first 14 playoff games, but you see just 7.3 minutes per game. Shamet Yesterday was his 8th game, only averaging 5.1 minutes. And you see DeLon Wright, just his 3rd game of this postseason out of 15. The first 2 is really, one was garbage time. One, he came in for basically 1 defensive possession. So definitely, we hear Thibodeau doesn't like to utilize his bench, overplays his starters. Meanwhile, Chris Finch, again, has just been going 8 deep all postseason. But again, went outside their comfort zone. Both guys, a 2-0 deficit can do that. Won game 3, not saying that's the sole reason that they won game 3, expanding their rotations. But again, Thunder, Pacers, 2 of the deeper teams in this year's postseason. So probably important to play more guys, keep guys fresh. So we'll see if they continue to do so in the game 4s as both the Timberwolves and Knicks look to even up their series. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.